Hello Year 9, welcome to your next geography lesson. If you can have a look at the screen right now, there are two photographs. I'd like you to spend just a couple of minutes and jot down all the similarities, the things that you see that you might think are the same or at least similar, and any differences you see, at least two of each. You've got 2 minutes, pause the video now. Okay, so you should have finished that task by now. Just to clarify, and you're going to come across these pictures again later, these are actually both examples of farming. These are both examples of farming. There's a similarity. We are growing crops in both pictures, and they are both, as you might probably already be aware, thinking about the wider topic, these are both actually found in areas of tropical rainforest. Differences, well, it comes down to the size. The photo on the left is a much smaller area of land being used. You can see trees in the background, whereas on the right, it's a huge, huge area, and I can't see a single tree in that photograph. The photo on the right is a lot more uniform, all those nice, neat lines of crops, whereas on the left, a little bit more kind of not random, but kind of scattered about. There's a few differences you could have seen there as well. Okay, let's move on. So today we're going to be talking about the causes of deforestation, and we're using an example here in the Malaysian rainforest. So the Malaysian rainforest is one of the most rapidly deforested rainforests in the world. So it's a great example of this. So we're going to be describing and explaining 6 causes, some of them linked together, and being an example, I need you to remember some place-specific facts from Malaysia. You need a pen. That's it. So get that title down, pause the video now, and we'll move on. So just to clarify, deforestation is the cutting down of trees. It's as simple as that. If you could jot that down, that would be great. Just to clarify, just to make sure that you do actually know that. If you don't, the rest of the lesson is going to be a little bit awkward, isn't it? So there we go. Deforestation, the cutting down of trees. Jot that down, pause the video now. Excellent. So a little video here for you to watch. I'll put this link into class charts, or you can just type it out. Don't need to do anything other than just watch. It's only a couple of minutes just to introduce you to some of the ideas we're going to talk about. Pause the video now. Excellent. Right, let's get into the real nitty-gritty then. So I'm going to show you some photographs, and these are the 6 main causes of deforestation. 2 of them are going to be very familiar. For each photo, I need you to write the subtitle. I need you to then, under that subtitle, describe the photograph. Say what you see. You don't need to do anything more than that. And I've done the first one for you so that you can see. So let's have a look at that now. Here we go. So you should be writing down subsistence farming. I would underline it as well if I were you to make it clear it's a subtitle. Leave a line from your deforestation definition. And underneath it, you can copy my description if you like. You can add to it if you like. I'll leave that up to you. A man is farming the land, but only a small area has been deforested, as in the trees have been cut down. There are still some trees in the background which have not been touched. There are a small amount of crops growing on the cleared land. There we go, nice and simple. I've said what I can see. So you need to write that subtitle, underline it, and copy that description. And then for the remaining 5 photographs, you're going to do the same thing again, except the description comes from you. At the end of each, or on each slide even, I'm going to tell you to pause it, and then I'm going to be putting up some ideas that you should include as well. So pause the video now, and we'll move on. Okay, so write the subtitle commercial farming and describe the photograph underneath. Pause the video now. So here's some key points that you can add if you've missed them. Pause the video now. Okay, so subtitle of logging, describe. I put 2 photographs here to show you the logging on the top one and then the transportation method at the bottom. So subtitle and describe the photos. Pause the video now. Here are some key points to add if you've missed them. Pause the video now. Okay, next one. You know the drill by now. Pause the video now. Here are your key points. Add any that you've missed. Pause the video now. Energy is the next one. Pause the video now. And here are your key points. Make sure that you've got these subtitles still, keeping them nice and neat. You're underlining them and you're writing any of these key points down that you've missed. Pause the video now. And the final one, road building, write the subtitle. This is a satellite image. You'll notice the Google symbol down in the bottom right and the NASA symbol in the top left. This is a satellite image taken from above. Pause the video now. And here are your key points. So just to clarify, the white areas on here are the areas of deforestation. Hopefully you can tell that they are not green like the surrounding vegetation and trees are. What you'll notice is it's not just a single thin road line all around the road lines, and you can see one major one going from the top right down to the kind of middle left of the photograph here. You'll see all those smaller lines running off them, and then also the area all around them is cut down. So surprisingly enough, I don't think this is probably too difficult to understand. If you're going to do logging, if you're going to do any of those other activities, farming, you need to be able to get there. You need roads to get there. So this is what's going on here. All this land is being used for farming or for logging or for other purposes. Pause the video now. Get down any key points that you missed. Okay, it's time to start looking at Malaysia now. So on the screen, you can see 3 maps and 5 statements. I'd like you to choose the correct answer from the 2 green options and copy each of those 5 out. Pause the video now. So here are your correct answers. Malaysia is in the continent of Asia. It is next to the equator. It is in the Pacific Ocean. Its capital city is Kuala Lumpur, and it is southeast of the UK. Pause the video now, make any corrections, and we'll move on. Okay, so on the screen you've got 6 subtitles laid out like a table. If you want to draw this like a table, you can, but personally I think it would be much easier to, just like you did with the photos earlier, just write these as subtitles because you're going to be taking some notes from a textbook section and a video there for each of these sections. So as it says there, under each subtitle, write down at least 3 bullet points of information on each cause using the 2 textbook pages. As it says there, the PDF will be attached. Also watch the YouTube video and take notes in the commercial farming section. That goes into some more detail about palm oil, which is which is the largest crop grown in many different places which have tropical rainforest, but specifically in Malaysia, on Borneo it is. Please make sure that as many as possible are specific to Malaysia. This is an example. Not all of these are going to be place specific, but any place specific information, any names of projects, anything like that, the more you've got, the better. This should take 20 minutes, maybe even half an hour, depending how quickly you can read through the information. But get working through. Remember, focus on what are the causes of deforestation and specifically to Malaysia. Pause the video now. Okay, so last task, if you had to choose one cause of deforestation to continue in Malaysia, and only one, which would it be and why? Hopefully you've worked out that this is all about the economy. All of these different causes are for economic reasons. They provide jobs, they provide incomes for people in what are predominantly, and specifically for Malaysia, middle income countries, maybe even lower income countries, but Malaysia is middle income. There are plenty of people living in Malaysia who are on very low incomes, are living in poverty, and could really do with a higher wage, a more reliable job. The government themselves as well could also do with the tax revenue that creates. The more money that the economy generates, the more money the government has, and the more developed the country can therefore, hopefully, if the money is used wisely, become. So consider the economic benefits and whether they are sustainable, long-lasting. There's no right or wrong answer to this. However, a poor answer will be one where you have no explanation, or your explanation is very weak. So go back to your notes, have a little look through them all again, come up to an answer, explain why you've chosen that, and that is the end of this lesson. Thank you very much.